This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Nobody, don't lick nobody, don't lick nobody. I ain't gonna lick nobody, I ain't gonna lick nobody, I ain't gonna lick nobody, cause I got guinea corn hominy. Yes, indeed. Stew shot and Johnny cake, guinea corn hominy, and lard, you must get some of that. Listen, I watch these fellas coming around here ordering these big time dish. They talking, but steak and all them kind of thing like that. Well, let me tell you, I know them long time. I know when they used to go in the bush, catch a couple of crab, carry it home, get out the old iron pot and out on tree rock, boil them crab, get a little bit of flour, cook it half done, and eat crab fat and dough. Yeah, now they around here talking, but steak and thing. Listen, you should hear them when they ordering these big time drink talking, but zombie and slow gentles and thing. I don't. They used to go in the market, buy a couple of sour lime, carry it home, squeeze them in one of them old peaches can, half full of water, show a little sugar and that, and drink sweet. Yeah, that's right. Listen, I know them long time. Listen. Let me tell you, you gotta get some old yam and some old pumpkin, some old sweet potato, some old cabbage, some old carrots, and some old salt beef and old dry conch. You throw that in the pot, amongst some peas, let that boil down together. Then you get 1 pound of flour, throw it in 1 pound, throw some salt and water, and that mix it up with your hand. Boom! Pea soup and dough, boy. That's right. Listen, let me tell you, I'm a native son, you see. I know where it's at, because that's in the bush, down Bohemian Road. Listen, let me tell you something.
Good morning and welcome back. Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin Green. We're moving into our second segment, but before we go, I just got to say goodbye to Mr. Troy Sampson. Mr. Sampson, you still there?
I am still here.
Good, I'm glad you stayed, because look, we found that song. Now I know why you like Pea Soup and Doughboy. All of us like Pea Soup and Doughboy because of that song. Go on.
I see I might be giving away my age, but there you have it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. In fact, you know, most people, spatial awareness, they don't realize why it is they eat the things that they eat or why it is they love the things that they love to eat. But it's music that reminds us. It's conversation that reminds us. And most importantly, it's our job as adults, as older generations, to create these environments for young people, right? So even though we're sitting in the studio talking about, oh my, look how old we is, if you know how long we remember loving this song, we still got to teach the song to and our great-grandchildren so that their spatial awareness, they can be deeply rooted and connected to the things that make us us. Okay, so please tell the people how to contact BAIC. I don't want to say how to contact you specifically because I'm going to keep you very, very busy on my Mango Island grant application. But please tell us how we could contact BAIC.
Absolutely. So again, you can contact us through our website at baic.gov.bs. Again, that's baic.gov.bs, or on our phone lines at 396-3725, 396-3725, or you can find us on Facebook at the Bahamas Agricultural Industrial Corporation. So, Ms. Gray, just permit me to say
yes.
Good morning to our Executive Chairman, the Honorable Leroy N. Major, and to all of our Board of Director members, and to the management and hardworking staff of BAI. I just want to say good morning to all of those out there doing a great job throughout the length and breadth of this country.
I'd like to say good morning to everybody at Produce Exchange. It's the most wonderful place in the world. Forget Disney World this summer. Take your children to Produce Exchange every Friday, 12 and 3 p.m. It's going to be the most wonderful time. Fresh fruit and produce coming off the boat, just sorted and ready to go home with you. I want to say to Myrtle, to Roger, to all of the staff, BAMSI, BAIC. Look here, I spent many years begging for refuse and salvage and throwaway fruit to go do a thing. And it's been a good time. And one last question from This game show, it's such a troubling and hard. Okay, are you ready?
I can do my best.
Okay, here we go. Fever grass tea or bay leaf tea?
Fever grass tea.
You ever had bay leaf tea?
No, I don't think I've had Bailey.
So how you know which one you like more?
Well, I got to go with the one that I know.
Right, man, look here. I don't know what type of behavior you is. I bet you when you see a back trunk open, you don't walk over selling neither.
It depends on what time of day and where the back trunk parked.
Oh, well, I take that. You are a connoisseur. I take that back. Anyway, sir, thank you very, very much for playing the How Bahamian Are We Local
Indeed.
Food Edition with us this morning.
Thanks for having us. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And we're going to have you back as soon as you make yourself available, sir.
All righty. You take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great
very,
to hear
very
from
much.
you, GM.
All right. Take care to director. Bye-bye.
Good day. Okay, now, audience, we're going to segue right in to another segment. I've had my guests waiting for a moment. They're looking at me like, Miss, why are you so excited? You all, calm down. But this with fish and food and local things. Oh, I got this bag of Ganap. Would y'all like some Ganap? She's a Bahamian. You were supposed to say yes. Okay, good. All right. We need one more pair of headphones. Here we go. There you go. We got this. Okay, I'm going to start from my right. I have representatives from Miss Universe Bahamas Pageant 2022 joining us in studio this morning to talk about agriculture, local agriculture and local food. And we're going to be talking about the Miss Universe Bahamas pageant and their partnership with the Eden Farming Club. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, now in true Bahamian fashion, I'm going to need everybody to introduce themselves, please, and tell us where you from, who your people is, and throw in there your favorite family island culinary experience. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Juanita Roll. I am from New Providence. My family,
Speak right into the mic.
my favorite family island, I would say Grand Bahama.
Providence is. All right.
And my favorite food?
Yeah. Local, but have to be local. Don't come in here with no.
My favorite food would be peas and rice with fries, snapper, macaroni, and coleslaw.
Oh, traditional. Yes, okay. Ma'am, to your left.
Good day, Bahamas. My name is Basha Isaacs, your Miss Cat Islands, as the daughter of the Puerto Rican's great president, Sidney Isaacs. So I'm extremely happy to be here. And my favorite recipe, I have to thank God for the Cat Island people for okra soup.
Okra soup. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Aaron. Pleasure to be here. My name is Anthony Smith.
Speak right to me.
My name is Anthony Smith, the National Director, President, Miss Bahamas Universe Organization.
Okay.
My family is from two islands, Auckland and Abaco.
Hello, cousin. Hello, cousin. Okay.
So it's hard to say exactly what is the favorite dish because I'm from a family of cooks. And the only thing I don't do is red meat, but my favorite dish is steam grouper, peas and grits, down home cooking, peas and grits or conch and grits. I love a good big macaroni, and my family like to do that boiled cabbage thing. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Okay. Sir, introduce yourself and tell us what your favorite Bahamian dish is.
Philip Davis Jr., descended from Cat Island. And
But you Nassau people don't be claiming no family island.
Yeah, I hear on the mainland, you know that.
Okay.
But honestly, my favorite dish, I'll eat this 3-4 times a week. Did it actually yesterday, boiled crab.
Just by itself?
Straight up boiled crab. No dough, no nothing. None of that. Ends and everything.
Man, look here, this is the way to marry. If you send him out with a boat, he can come back with a wheel. If you send him in the bush, he can come back with a house on his back. Just straight crab.
Straight crab.
Okay, so I have plenty dishes, but I think from you said okra, I remember a pot of stew fish that Audrey DeVoe made for one event, and it was the most, because you know why? Most people just use the flour roux. You know, they burn up the flour, brown the flour to make the thing now and a little bit of tomato. Well, she used okra to thicken the stew. I think it was stew Kong. She used okra to thicken it. And so it didn't have that floweriness about it. And it had the full tomato-ness. It had a little bit of burnt, it had a little bit of that thing in there. And I think that's one of my forever favorite dishes. Okay, so now that you've introduced yourselves, I got the first question is, I want Mr. Smith to tell us about the pageant, but most importantly, how are you guys going to follow up on last year's season with Miss Universe Bahamas 2021, Chantal O'Brien placing in the top 10 in Miss Universe, a first for the Bahamas?
The pursuit of the Miss Bahamas Universe organization has always been to groom the Bahamian ladies that apply for the pageant system. So, whether or not whoever becomes that ambassador achieves the same feat, that's not really as relevant as who she is for her community when she returns in the country at large. Now, the pursuit for this year, theme for this year's Miss Bahamas Universe pageant is beauty and mask. And that idea was birthed out of the incident that happened last year when former Miss USA Chesty Christ leapt to her death. And of course, it was obviously a very sad situation that happened and affected a lot of the persons in the pageant community globally. So we then took a curve and decided to focus on mental health this year. A lot more emphasis. We always did, but we've increased our focus in terms of inviting professionals, doctors, and all of that to listen to the needs of the contestants and all of that kind of stuff, because there are other issues, persons see the makeup, the hair, and all of that kind of stuff, but they don't know, sometimes there are deeper issues. And the ladies are presenting their platform, and they're doing it because they're basically selling a theme, an idea, and a concept. But before we get to that, we need to find out what's going on with them. And so go to tie in the question regarding the accomplished feat at last year's Miss Universe pageant. Every time a young lady returns, she has won for, as far as we're concerned.
Yes,
Every
absolutely.
time because what it takes to go before, something 30, 40, 50 million viewers, 115 viewers, to talk about you going to parade on stage with swimsuit, speak proudly about your country, talk about yourself and all of that kind of stuff. That's a leap from a small stage, to going to the center of the world's attention.
Yes.
I have no reservations about whoever that ambassador is. She will make us proud.
Absolutely. And look at all of the skills, right? The skills that you learn, that you garner, that you pick up, and they're valuable across the board. I mean, I was just thinking, listen, you know who else needs this sort of training, the opportunity for experiences like this in a controlled setting? Politicians. Across the board, politicians. But we also don't help them enough. We don't prepare them. We don't give them, or they don't have sufficient opportunities for preparation.
That's a key word there. Yeah. Opportunities. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they can call us up. We can create a platform for that, because people often associated, because the word pageant has been associated with, but no, really, I mean, pageant just simply means a show. We have in our system a 12-week program, and the young ladies are here and they can attest to it. We prep them before anything. In fact, we're on them. We're so critical about everything. I mean, so that's just not modeling. That's just not makeup application. That's personal development, how to make a pitch, anything involving business opportunities. We had our first Miss Bahamas Universe Business Symposium on the 16th, last week Thursday at the Margaritaville. That's how Phil and I reconnected. Phil and I have known each other almost 15 years. And every project that I started, I talking about big project that I had in mind and vision, I would always call him, give me your idea. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Because, he's a brilliant guy.
Got spatial awareness.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when I told him about the business symposium and all that, and he was like, oh, and this and that and whatever, and yeah, I would definitely like to come, and maybe the girls can do this. I mean, he was running. That's what I love. I only have to mention the idea. So, and so we had last week Thursday, and he was sharing all of the scenarios with Eden Farm, his history, and his background, and why he started it, and his passion project about it. And I said to him after it was over, I said, listen here. I said, I need to get the ladies and you to connect. I need to get them to connect. I said, because they need to be a part of this. He said, man, you behind 8 Ball. I already have all of your contestants during the breakout session. They have already reached out. They have already talked. We already had conversation. So kudos to him and what he's achieving.
Yeah. And the theme, mental health awareness, and support, and agriculture. The best thing you could do. Listen, the best thing you could do. You love your partner. You love your wife. Go buy a bag of dirt. Go make a dirt box in the yard. And when you leave it, cover it. Keep it covered when you're not using it. And you plant some thyme and some citronella and lavender around the box. So she could go out there barefoot. And put your bare foot and just let it sit there for about 10 minutes, right? That process of grounding. In terms of a mental health exercise. And then lean over and put your hands in the dirt and just squeeze up. That's why children like making mud pies, right? There's something therapeutic.
Complete wellness to the whole farming aspect, because when you're actually using your muscles, you're making sure that blood fluid is moving through your body so you don't have stagnant blood. And then also with the stress-relieving enzyme inside the soil, when you're actually physically touching it, either with your hands or your foot, bare feet, there's a stress-relieving enzyme inside the soil that they've tested with field mice and rats, where it actually reduces the level of stress in your life. So whatever you're taking on from your job or pageantry or anything like that, when you're connected with the soil, it is going to absolutely calm you down.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Okay, so, ladies, why is agriculture important to you personally or as a part of your platform? And I know I just went dead serious just now.
I feel like it's important because, like the age-old saying, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And Bahamians, looking at our history, we've always been farmers, we've always been fishermen. So I feel like it's important to continue that.
I'm with her on that one, too, because growing up when I was young, we had a lot of farmers in our family where they would plan things. And I'd be like, why are we always planning stuff? But when I realized what they're doing, it's helping us. As Bahamians today, it's helping us. Yeah.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, look here.
You on camera?
I grow in this new aspect of myself. When you can walk out, when you're in the kitchen and you're trying to figure out that meal and someone whisper out in the garden and you could walk out in the garden and look around and say, oh yeah, that, I had that, right? But even better, when your sister call and say, look here, I just need to borrow a quick 2,000, right? And you can figure it out. And then you say, you know what? Okay, we could do this because I know I'm not going to get everything I need to eat out of the backyard, but I know I could walk into that backyard and I could grab 1 or 2 or 3 things to either trade or to make something work.
It's cheaper.
The sense of confidence. Like I would say to these young men, when you see these young men on the road, they look like they mad, launching in the road and like they don't care about their own life. That's because they stress out. They got 3 children or worse. They got 1 child with a woman, and she have 2 or 3 other children. And he feel obligated to take care of the other set too, because he can't expect, like he ain't a not decent boy. And he stress out. You don't know why he grab or snatch your chain. But when that young man knows with confidence, with certainty, when he go to bed and when he wake up, he'll know how to feed them children.
Absolutely. And that's the confidence that we instill inside the Eden Farming Club. Because if you're able to put a seed in the ground and you know that nutrition is coming back to you 100%, that's absolutely phenomenal. And it's that reciprocal relationship with Mother Earth. So like you were saying about the plant being able to talk to you, saying, come out here, come and consume this, I have what you need. That's actually Mother Earth. Yeah. That energy that we put into her by putting the love into her, she's given us for our body.
George Washington Carver, in an anthology called The Secret Life of plants. He wrote an essay and he said he got all of his ideas. In the morning, 4 o'clock, he would get up. By 4:30, he was in his greenhouse. This was his time when he would meditate, when he would talk to God and listen for God's word. And he said in that time, his plants would talk to him and the ideas would come to him. And he talked about it as if God talking through the plants, right? God talking through the plants and giving him ideas. But there is something about just being with plants, and that's why green spaces are so important. And so right now we have this tension, we have this struggle with we're in a housing crisis. We have far too many unhoused people, and they're asking the question: how could lawns, how could pretty grassy areas, right? How could a forest be more important than me having? And to be honest with you, the tension is equal on both sides because they are equally important. They are equally important. You obviously need a place to live and you deserve it. At the same time, you deserve an environment, a world within which you could be healthy and happy and benefit from the things that grow naturally where you are, right? There is no one ways more than the other. But how do we then prioritize both?
All right, so with that, it dives directly into the well-being of the individual. Knowing exactly where your food is coming from and having the availability of food, not just food, the best food possible. There's a study done, I was on your show before, we had spoke about it. For every 1% decrease that you have in food security leads to a 15% increase in domestic violence. Meaning that if you don't have something to eat or you don't have resources to get something to eat, you're more likely to lash out. So if we're able to have this concept where we're growing our food in our yard and you can put food on your table before you go to work to put food on your table, it should be able to relieve some of the stress and tension within you. And now you're able to relate to other people with more empathy and sympathy. So now we're going to have better well-beings within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the world.
Absolutely. Okay. I got a text that says, "Good morning, Green. Good stuff. Shout out to Phil Davis, great man on your show from Trevor Middleton."
Yes.
Bup.
Burns House Group.
Look here. I want to say shout out to the Department of Environmental Health Services and all the crew down there. And I got a special note. When you see my garbage men, and you see these boys moving through these streets, you drive safely around them. When you see them in your communities, you be polite to them. And if they look like they sweating and they dying and they ain't got no water on the truck, maybe offer them some water. Some of the most valuable people in the country. Trust me, ain't no argument. You don't need to do the work. I did the work for you. They are and I say good morning to y'all. And if you feel like they are not following their route or the timing is off, don't stress them. Call Department of Environmental Health Services, indicate that there may be an issue, and let's help them resolve it. Because ain't no fighting. And all of these people, ain't no fight. You could get frustrated at the system, but you can't get frustrated with the people doing the work. We just have to figure out how to make it work better. Okay, producer, I want you to play one of those songs for me. I don't know if it's time to go to a break, but when we finish listening to only a little bit of the song, because as I said, we do not own the copyrights, and these are all educational opportunities that we are experiencing. We, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play the How Bahamian Are You Local Food Edition game show where there are no wrong answers unless the answer is Johnny Bread, and we're going to kick you out of the building. You play anyone you want, producer. You use. Well, I like this one. Play this one again. I love it.
Mosquito had a party, San 5 and 2C. Poker stand behind the door and poke it out at me. Akarakabuna shimaima kongi gano boom. 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 And down the road the other day, get myself some sauce. Chew up the bone, swallow the spoon, forgot me how to mouth. Akarakabona shimaima kongi gano boom.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, it's back to us now. I hope you all are ready to play this game. game show. My friend here, remind me, Miss New Providence?
Miss Grand Bahama.
Oh, you Miss Grand Bahama, but you from New Providence? The Grand Bahama people, okay. So I would like to just refer back to the earlier part of my show. I don't know why that boy in the videos is upset with Freeport girls. I have a young woman, a representative from Grand Bahama here with me, and she is a lovely young woman. Dear sir.
Thank you.
You can't figure that out.
Thank you.
Now, the first question is, how would Grand Bahama people just let a New Providence person represent them? They didn't fight it. They didn't row. Your roots are in Grand Bahama as well.
I have family that lives there, yes.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. This is awesome. Well, first of all, I want to emphasize or re-emphasize that while the Miss Universe Bahamas competition is a competition, it's not a competition amongst the women. Like, they're not competing against each other. They're competing against themselves to manifest the best self that they can be in this moment and moving forward, right? And so in the same way, Grand Bahama and New Providence, we are not in competition with each other. First of all, because Grand Bahama can't compete. And second of all, because you always play pokey over there.
And mayonnaise and salad.
Right.
I mean, and then there's the pickle conch salad too, which I ain't saying it's half bad because I'm intrigued by pickle conch because that's old-time recipe, right? That's preservation. That's ensuring that you have something. That's old technique that we should all remember. And here's another thing, right? Just before we get into the game show, we like to move quickly into the future. The truth is, we're dragging people into a future that they do not understand. And those of us who are in charge can't teach them how to be in it either. You know, and so it's important to stop dismissing conversations that don't make sense to you. Like you said, why are you talking about that old thing? Because we got this thing. Yes, you do have a refrigerator, but you only have 1,000% certainty that it's going to be on when you get home because you have a generator. And not everybody has a generator. And so there are some of us that still have to entrench ourselves in these old-time practices. Anyway, that's the music. We're going to go to a break. You ladies, prepare yourself. The questions are going to be hard. Audience, tune in. You could answer the questions as well. And if you fulfill the farmer on backyard farming, please call or text. Going to a break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Here we go. J.S. Johnson Insurance agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. You'll always cover me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
It's Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Come on. Give it up. All right, then. She got the phone.
Good morning and welcome back to Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. You're on the clock with Erin Green. And in studio with me right now is Mr. Tony Smith, director and lead organizer of Miss Universe Bahamas 2022. I have Mr. Phil Davis Jr., director on the board for BAIC. And I have Miss Cat Island and Miss Grand Bahama in the room with me. Now listen, I got some people in the Zoom room and I just want to apologize on behalf of Miss Grand Bahama and Miss Cat Island because it's obvious that they needed a little extra time for the competition before we introduce the other ladies. Good morning, ladies in the Zoom room. Good morning, ladies.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Please introduce yourself and tell us what island you're from.
My name is Natalia Pratt, and I am from the beautiful island of Andros.
Good morning, Miss Natalia Pratt. It's great to meet you. Sorry that we took so long to get to you in the Zoom room. Can you tell us a bit about your platform and why agriculture is important to you?
May you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, can you tell us a bit about your platform, your theme, or the issues that are most important for you in the Miss Bahamas Universe 2022 competition pageant? And yeah, let me start there.
Yes, of course. My class is supporting the multifaceted women. And what we're focusing on is really helping young girls and young women transition into womanhood and embrace pretty much everything that they want to. It's embracing their passions, it's embracing the career paths that they want to go along. I know a lot of times, and I've experienced this myself, when we're going into our adulthood, there are so many things that divide us from being passionate and divide us from really embracing feminine natures. So I just want to be here with younger individuals and young ladies and tell them that it's okay to embrace everything that encompasses being them and help them along their journey.
Yeah, man, I think women, they could go to work with their baby strapped on their back in the traditional African style, change a tire if they have to, go in the back trunk and set up the gas stove and cook a little lunch if they have to. Women could do it all.
You know, I think we are strong enough to do all of it, yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we've got a few minutes left. We are going to play the How Bahamian Are You Local Food Edition game show. The questions are not hard, unless, of course, you like Johnny Bread, then this is not the game for you. Are you ready? Okay.
Ready.
All right, anybody could answer. Now, ladies, this is a rough one. Aloe or CeraC?
Aloe.
What? Hold on. I don't mean just rubbing the aloe on your skin for health, for skincare. I mean eating it.
Mm-hmm. Aloe.
Oh, Lord, I got to go with CeraC. Get it down fast.
I eat it, aloe.
Oh, boy, this is a tough one because aloe is like magic. You know, eating it burns on your skin. I even made a cloak of invisibility one time with aloe. I was running. But seriously, you could take it down quickly. You add a little salt and it takes the edge off. But the truth is, I just drink my CeraC flat, straight. I tell you all, I tell this quick story. Maria Govan and I went into the rainforest in Suriname to Gunzi village. And they were like, if you don't want to take the malaria tablets, we have some bush medicine for you. So we were scared because they have real bush. I walked past a tree that was 400 years old on the ground. Anyway, when they gave Maria Govan the bush medicine, she put it to her head and she horsebacked it. And they look at her like, what is wrong with this white woman? And that's how they looked at her because she's Greek Bahamian. And I look at them and I laugh. And when I taste it, I say, Miss, this Kool-Aid, this was nothing as bitter as CeraC. Nowhere near as bitter as the madness. This is Kool-Aid. Okay, all right. You all ready for the next one? Benny cake or coconut cake?
Benny cake. Easy.
Benny cake all the way, for sure.
I like both of them.
You like both of them? Okay, bonus question. What is the common name for Benny? Y'all too? Y'all looking there like y'all don't have to answer. Miss Pratt? Producer? You know the answer?
It's quiet over here, too.
All right, the common name, listen, when we're in the Bahamas being fancy and we're eating Benny cake, in the rest of the world, they call it sesame. They just, put some sesame seeds, some sesame oil. But fancy people know it's called Benny. Okay, another one, mango or papaya?
Mango.
Miss Pratt?
I actually have to go against you guys on this and go with papaya because papaya has skin benefits as well. So I have to go with papaya here.
Yeah, mango too.
You know, mango good for your complexion.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. I ate about 300 mango one year. 300 off the same, the problem was I think off the same tree. And then I got a chest infection. And then when I had to stop it for a week. And when I came off the medicine, the tree burned me. The mango sap burned me. And I almost like papaya, but I still don't like papaya. I can let the mango kill me. I am okay with that. All right, now I got a quick text for Mr. Phil Davis Jr. Ask Dr. Philip Davis Jr.
Doctor, I like
Plant doctor, how can I become a part of the Eden or Back to Eden Farm Club? I've already begun growing some stuff, but I am yearning to learn from master farmers like him and others how to productively and sustainably farm. What are your email, phone, and whatever carrier pigeon contacts?
Putting together the website right now, but everything that you can get from me is on Facebook, or I can actually come to your yard to do a consultation with you. I will give you out my number, 426-8037. Once again, 426-8037. Once we go from there, I can show you exactly what to do in your yard. I can give you tips and tricks and help and advice. And basically, I can start you off, and all you have to do is water to get straight to harvesting as well.
Awesome. Okay. All right, and I will repeat that number before the end of the show. Now, I think we need to petition the International Miss Universe pageant and tell them they need questions like these. They like to give all them weird questions. They need questions like these, culturally appropriate, and then see with the girls, all of the women and ladies spending time together and learning about each other's culture. Right?
Yes.
It'd be a great segment on the show. Okay, I've got another one now. This question is rougher than, this is torn families apart. Coconut tart or pineapple tart?
Coconut.
Pineapple.
Coconut.
Coconut all the way.
Coconut all.
Only because I have allergies to pineapple.
See, so that one you can't count for true.
I don't like pineapple.
Coconut all day.
Okay, now what you mean you don't like pineapple? What did the pineapple?
I like pineapple. I'll eat it by itself, but not in a tart.
Not in the tart.
I like it by itself.
Nothing sweeter than a pineapple tart.
I mean, look at pineapple tart is boss, but the best tart in the world is when you you making a coconut tart, and then you forget what you was doing and you start making tamarind sauce. But you don't put no sugar in it, right? Because you forget again you was making tamarind sauce. And then you put that tamarind mixture in the coconut mixture, and then you make the tart, and you do half plain coconut and then half tamarind coconut. And then the best part is you don't tell anybody because it was a mistake. Why would you do that to people? And then you just eat it all by yourself because you shame how good it tastes. And that's my choice.
See, this thing got to go with sense, though. I could always get a coconut tart. Pineapple takes 18 months to grow. So I could always get my coconuts year round.
Yeah, but that's why pineapple tart is so special.
Yeah?
There, Illustra, look at how you're going to have to put a special entry tax, because of the pineapple. Okay, a quick question. Salad greens or cooked greens?
Cooked greens.
Salad.
Gentlemen?
Straight salad greens, straight from the yard.
Yeah, straight from the yard.
Salad greens?
Yeah.
Salad, Miss Pratt?
Yeah, salad here.
Okay.
I love cucumber, tomato, potato. I love all of that kind of stuff.
Broccoli.
My cousin Paula, she does all of that kind of stuff.
Oh man, you just put wild rice in it. Oh, and then throw a little toasted Benny on top.
A good stir fry is nice too, though, hey?
Yeah. Let me tell you what the best local cooked green is. You got to go on Cowpen Road and go find somebody who growing collard greens. And then you got to go harvest your own baby collard greens. You want the smallest that you could viably take off, and you're going to saute them in that pan for only 3 minutes, max 3 minutes, because they're so tender and soft. And then when you're eating that pot of ham hock and collard greens, right, like that American Juneteenth long collard greens, you got to cook them for an hour. Don't play. You got to cook them. You fry them down and then cook them down. But the baby collards, you cook them in minutes. And they're just divine. Like if you're having a problem getting your children to eat cooked greens, the key is to get the baby greens for your children, and to introduce people to that cooked green. They're tender, they're less bitter, they're easier to manipulate in the pan with the flavors. It's just good stuff. And also, don't be afraid to put cooked greens in your other things. I'm going to say this. Y'all don't call me Karen and don't disinvite me from the cookout. But I is put tree spinach in potato salad.
Tonka.
Oh?
Yeah.
Sweetest.
Would you call it tonka?
Tonga.
Tonga. We call it chaya, the name we found for it. Okay, so y'all never heard about that. I'm going to give you all some sticks. In fact, we're going to do a partnership. You got this? Yeah, we're going to do a partnership. Chaya is a hot weather variety spinach. It grows in the heat. So when your traditional Bahamian spinaches that we love die down because of the heat, the chaya is just taking root and pushing out. And so I put that in my potato salad and my curry, any veggie curry I do in. I don't really make meat curry. I put that in my omelets. Ooh, that's a ting.
Family to hibiscus, eh?
I think so. Very thin, papery leaf. So it's not like your traditional spinach. When I cook it, I wilt it in hot, like almost steaming water, and then I saute it with oil, right? To give it that good taste. All right, another question. Are you all ready? Guava duff or pumpkin roll?
Guava duff.
Guava duff.
Guava duff.
That's only.
That's quick.
Okay then. What about pumpkin pie? Local pumpkin pie? No?
Guava duff still on top.
No, I didn't mean no. Nothing really could go. I don't know why I asked that question. No, nothing could go. Duff or new duff?
Old duff.
Old duff tastes better.
Old duff.
No, I didn't say if it tastes bad. I just say which one. But the truth is, I haven't tasted the new duff yet, and it's not because I hating. It's that what if I like the new duff more than I like the old duff? What if I can never return to the love in my heart for the old duff?
You just can't tell people that. You just keep that one to yourself.
Yeah, you just
But hold on, Aaron. I grew up eating both. I mean, eating the original duff because they used to strain it, put it on the strainer.
Yeah.
When they pick the fruit from the tree.
And steam it in the pillowcase.
Right, steam it in the pillowcase and then take the meat of it into a casserole dough.
Yeah.
And that's how they used to do it.
Yeah.
And all that kind of, now they get to go over to the can and it's baked.
Oh, Lord.
And into a roll.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Listen, rest in peace, Marina Sands Young, one of the best guava duff makers, and she ain't never row us for making guava duff in Ona Bailey good pillowcase. I mean, not so good, but good enough to use pillowcase and to get pinched for. Oh, yeah, guava duff.
Yeah,
now, the new duff is a thing, I like it. And I
ate it before.
And so that idea you had in the break where I talk about that all the time, we need to invite young artists to remake and revive older Bahamian classics. We need young chefs to come in and remake and revive old Bahamian culinary classics. I got a text here that says, "New duff, y'all ain't saved." I just want the record to know. I would like the record to know that all three, Miss Grand Bahama, Miss Cat Island, and Miss Andress rebuked the notion that new duff could be better than old duff. Maybe it could be as good, but it can't be better. Okay, they are saved, young women. They decent too. All right, another question. Cookout or church fair?
Church fair.
Cookout.
Church fair.
I want to be wherever the boy who's danced by the speaker. With the boy who's danced by the speaker, I want to be there. That's a barometer for the success of your event. I'm telling you. And when he inspired children, if you see him and the children dancing, your event lit. As I saw I think it's the Cat Island Rake and Scrape Festival.
Oh, yes.
The videos of little shorty girl. Look at shorty girl dance down the whole Rake and Scrape Festival.
Yes. That's why I love it.
And she put you all old people to shame. She said these musicians come out here to perform and you think I ain't gonna raggy up my left leg? What? Okay, quick question. Grouper or snapper?
Grouper.
Snapper.
Producer, you could take all of these people out of the studio one time?
No, snapper.
Snapper, right?
Snapper.
Have you all ever had a schoolmaster? That's like a mango snapper.
Yeah.
The skin mango.
I have steam snapper, but I prefer boiled grouper. So it depends on how it's prepared.
Right.
I'm not a fan of when people fry the grouper or steam it as much as
boil.
I love it.
I never
That's the
had
fish
grouper.
I love boiled.
You never had grouper? Listen, we got the last of the Mohicans. We have the last. Now, okay, dear people, now you could use the word indigenous Bahamian. Now you could use the word organic Bahamian. You ain't never had grouper?
No.
That's good because grouper is like I don't like to use the word trash because all fish are beautiful. All fish have a purpose. But grouper ain't nothing special. Grouper is clean up the bottom of the ocean. It's become popular because of the way that it's been used. You could sell grouper to tourists because, like conch, it got very little bone. I mean, almost like conch, it ain't got no bone, right? And so it's easy for people who don't like bone. But for Bahamian, who know where the flavor is, and you got to suck every bone on that fish, grouper is a good consolation prize. So my friend, Miss Grand Bahama, you already have 10 points. Note that down, Mr. Smith.
You're not changing my mind. I love grouper.
Okay. Baggy or cup?
Baggy.
Cup.
Baggy,
Cup.
baggy.
I might be a little biased. I used to sell cup in Cat Island.
See, now we know.
Quarter.
Oh, did I ask you all what is the common name for fever grass? Bougie people from Freeport call it fever grass, but what do the people in the rest of the world call it?
Lemongrass. Let's call it.
There you go.
I realized that in college. I was so happy I could have found fever grass abroad. They just call it something different.
Yeah, and then they don't know how valuable it is. You notice what we call it, what it's good for. They call it how it smells, like how to identify it.
Yes.
But we call it what it's
Especially
good
those
for.
southern states. Those southern states do that a lot.
Yeah. Because we related to them. Gullah-Geechee. Okay, avocado or pickled beets?
Pear all the way.
Pear.
Avocados for sure.
Okay, I never thought I would say this, but it's time for the 3-10 gang to ride. We need to ride. These young people don't know nothing about no pickled beets. Okay, let me tell you all why pickled beets is like, I want to say that pickled beets is a winner, you know. It's a winner chicken dinner over avocado. But my belly is fighting me on this. But pickled beets, right, is the vinegar. Well, first of all, beets are just very good for you. But pickled beets, you craving the vinegar in the pickled beets because your Grammy, your great-Grammy, your great-great-Grammy, and all of them who born them had to eat preserved foods, right? If they wanted to eat something that wasn't fresh, they had to figure out how to preserve it. And vinegar is one of the ways, because you could make vinegar, right? Like you don't need to buy it from the store, you could make it. And so they would preserve it, right? And so when you driving past one of these people who has put chicken in a bag and hold it hostage against me, right? And you craving, like you want to jump out your car, it's the vinegar and the hot sauce and the ketchup steaming out of the bag that you're craving, because your body is craving that old-time food culture. You see what I'm saying? And that's why pickled beets have to win. But the truth is, if you ain't had locally grown and homemade pickled beets, it ain't the same. You really got to go in the field and pick them beets and wash them off and boil them and then peel them and then slice them and then add your vinegar and your sugar and your onion and your clove and let that sit.
Yeah, but then you see with avocado, it could go with almost any food. And then when I finish, I could get the seed, I could peel it, I could put a couple toothpick in it, and I could grow it right there in my window.
Or I could turn it into a whole industry and make avocado butter and avocado oil. And facial creams. And you know what else I do with avocado? I make vegan avocado ice creams and desserts like pies, like key lime style or coconut style or even chocolate. So yes, avocado is I didn't want you all to think I was hating on avocado. I just saying I repping for the 3-10 gang right now and we picking pickled beets over avocado. Okay, now we got 2 minutes left, so Mr. Smith, tell the audience how they can get in touch with the organization, because I believe that the entry deadline has not passed yet, so I still have time. You may not have noticed, right? But I have to, if you see me in the road, don't mind me. I have to practice walking like a lady because I have a physical issue. And the physical therapy requires me to walk like I go into a posture class and to walk like you walk in those classes. So if you see me, I practice in for Miss Universe Bahamas. Tell us how we could get in touch with the organization, especially if we want to enter.
Yeah, so of course, we've already selected our delegates for this year's pageant, but for those persons who are interested in entering for next year, it's go to MissBahamasPageant.org. All of the information is on the website, MissBahamasPageant.org.
Now you're going to change that website because I sure it says submissions still open. I going to tape up my ankles. I'm going to compete. I'm glad that I met y'all ladies today though, because I know it ain't good. I mean, I could do well, you know. I'm going to win and all, but that would be unfair to y'all. First of all, I train raccoons to do things. Some things that are helpful and some things that are only helpful to me. But they're very talented. That's my talent. See, I tell you all I was going to win. I already there. Ladies, Miss Pratt, tell us goodbye. And we got to go. I'm sorry. We're all out of time. We got to hit the 12 o'clock news. Miss Grand Bahama, Miss Cat Island, Miss Andres, thank you for joining us. Mr. Tony Smith and Phil Davis Jr. Got to go.